Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust and Pune Business School, I, Dr. Sheetal Kumar Ravandare, welcome Honorable Chetan Bhagat, sir. We are really proud and privileged to have him as a speaker for today's session. We would like to inform that Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust is a trust which is known for its quality education and excellent placements. We are there since 1990 and we have courses from KG to PhD. We have total 8 institutes and we have courses like engineering, architecture, MCA, MBA, PGDM. We also have PhD in management as well as engineering. We have a school, then junior college, we have diploma as well as BHOC courses with us. So we provide all the required different courses for all the parts of the students, or we can say all the sectors of the society. We are famous not only in Maharashtra but across India for our disciplined academics and placements. We have till date published almost around 3,000 research papers. We have around 450 patents in our name. Then we have around 300 copyrights. And above that, as far as rankings are concerned, we are there with almost every ranking. We are in India's top 200 as per Government of India's NIRF ranking. Since its inception, for last 4 years, we are there in top 200 in India. Apart from that, Outlook, DataQuest, India Today, Times, The Week, everywhere we are there. And then as far as NBA is concerned, we are 3 times accredited. We are most of our institutes are NAC, NBA accredited, ISO. Then every year around 20 to 25 university toppers we do produce from our institutes. That speaks about our quality of education. As far as placements are concerned, we have placed around 23,000 students across India in last few years. And we could provide the salaries between say 3 lakhs to 32 lakhs per year. Our placement percentage is around 7 to 80 lakhs. And out of this total percentage, around 50 to 55% is core or IT product kind of companies. We are in touch with almost around 1,000 industry partners, and out of them, around 500 to 600 companies provide job opportunities to our students every year. And apart from that, every year we place around 2,500 to 3,000 students, and we also have placed our students in international companies in Japan and others. Another good thing is that this year, when Capgemini conducted its first recruitment drive across India, it was PCET where they conducted this drive, and they provided, being a premier institute of Capgemini, they provide packages of 6.8 lakhs and 3.8 lakhs, and they recruited highest 323 numbers from our institute. Capgemini last year also has recruited almost around 207 students, and PCET is also accredited by other companies like Accenture, Cognizant, KPIT, Wipro, TCS, L&T, and many more. We also have helped the student community from across the country. Every year we conduct around 100 to 150 open pool campus or off campus recruitment drives, wherein students from not only Maharashtra, unemployed youth from across the country, they participate. And through such efforts, almost 12 lakh students have registered till date in our off campus drives. So thank you so much, dear viewers. I now request Rao sir to kindly introduce PBS. Rao sir, please.
Very good morning, everybody, and welcome to the masterclass hosted by Pune Business School. In the masterclass series, we will be having a galaxy of speakers who will be sharing their experience and expertise over the next few weeks. They will be talking about various opportunities and challenges in the corporate world. This will help young people take very well-informed career decisions. The world is changing. The environment is changing, the business environment is changing, and so are these skills that are needed in the corporate world. Businesses have changed. In some cases, business models have changed. Some businesses have changed partially, and some have got extinct. New business models have emerged, and new skills are required in the corporate world. However, there is no need to panic, because business schools like Pune Business School are coming up with contemporary education. Pune Business School, PBS, is a practical business school a business school which is in tune with their times, which is coming up with updated curriculum and faculty members so that they can help the young people develop themselves into corporate warriors. A business school is identified by the content and by the faculty that it has. Content and the faculty are the two most important things. One can face any challenges in life. All one requires is a balanced mind, a well-informed mind, and a strong mind. This is what PBS will be known for. This is the new era of management education, where one has to equip yourself with new skills and knowledge that is required in the future. I welcome you to this new era of management education, welcome you to PBS, and welcome you to the masterclass. Thank you so much, and keep yourself tuned to the next few weeks and learn from these corporate masters. We are so privileged to have them. Welcome you once again. Thank you so much. Best wishes and God bless you.
That was Dr. Ganesh Rao, and he is the director of our Pune Business School. I now request Mr. Rishikesh Pandey sir to kindly introduce today's guest, Chetan Bhagat sir. Please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, all. I am Professor Rishikesh Pandey, here to introduce our today's guest, Honorable Chetan Bhagat, sir. Well, he is the person who doesn't need any introduction, but as a formality, I am doing so. He completed his school education from the Army Public School, Delhi, then mechanical engineering from IIT Delhi, then post-graduation in management from IIM Ahmedabad. He is the author of 12 blockbuster books. Some of them are 5 Point Someone, The Three Mistakes of My Life, Two States, Half Girlfriend, and many more. He is also motivational speaker and screenplay writer. Chetan sir writes columns for leading English and Hindi newspapers focusing on youth and national development issues. 5 point of his 8 novels have been already adapted into successful Bollywood films. The New York Times called him the biggest selling English language novelist in India's history. Time magazine named him amongst the 100 most influential people in the world. Fast Company USA listed him as one of the world's 100 most creative people in business. He has an international investment banking career till 2009. Chetan sir quit his international career in 2009 to devote his entire time to writing and make change happen in the country. So this is from my end. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So it's really pride for us to have Chetan sir with us, and all the viewers are really keen to listen to Chetan sir. So Chetan sir, I invite you for your opinion, please. Please. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, sir. Everybody introducing me so nicely. It still feels strange when someone says a man who needs no introduction, because I sometimes wonder, are they talking about me? And it is difficult to understand that, because I was not born planning to be this person. I was not born thinking that this is what's going to happen. And when this, even now, I must have done like what, hundreds of talks or whatever. It's difficult to understand this, that when this happens. I've also gone to a business school. I've also done an MBA, so that's interesting. I think I'll talk about that a little bit, and I'll talk about how this happened. How I think this happened, that I became somebody who doesn't need that much introduction. I still need introduction, sir, very much. But how did I become somebody who was known in India? Because not many years back, I was also a student. I was also from a middle class family, trying to figure out what I should do in life, confused, not very clear. And I chose a field where normally you don't have a wide recognition so much that everybody knows your name or everybody knows your face or things like that. And just thought I will touch upon that with you. And what are some of the qualities? Now that I look back at my life, I can see some qualities that helped me do this. And I think if I tell you about those qualities, you can incorporate those qualities and maybe use it. Because some of those qualities have nothing to do with writing. They are to do with your personality, your attitudes, your values. And I think we can talk about that because that's universal. That's in whichever field you finally go, however you finally, decide to uh, do it. So I will talk to you about all those things as well. Because writing, yes, I have some writing ability for sure. I mean, I'm not going to be extra modest. I maybe have a decent writing ability, but there are many, many good writers in India. You know, there are so, there are many good writers in India, and if you ask the literature experts, जो साहित्य के experts होते हैं, उनसे अगर आप पूछें, so they will say that Chetan is not the best author. Chetan is not the best author because there are other authors who have won big awards and things like that, and I agree with them. I don't feel bad when they say that because they are right. I am not the best author, which makes my story even more interesting. Then why is it that I am the chief guest today? Why is it that if you ask an ordinary Indian, name some current author, name one author in India, they'll most likely say my name. Why is that? And because I don't feel bad because that's not my background. I told you I did engineering, then I did an MBA. So I was not trained to be a writer. So it's okay if they say I'm not the best writer. There are writers who spend their entire life trying to just improve their writing. I'm not that person. So how is it that I am the one who's more recognized? So the answer is that I'm not the best author, but I'm the best selling author. See, and there's a difference in that. And I think as a business school, your business, it's Pune Business School. The in the middle is the word business, and if you want to be good at business, you must know selling. You must know how to sell. So I take it as a compliment that I'm the best selling author. And why am I the best selling author? And why is the best author? Whoever that person is, I don't even know. Nobody even knows him that much. And isn't that an interesting situation in life? So why has that happened? And I'll tell you why that has happened due to me having a quality which maybe the other writers don't have. Of course, hard work, discipline, and all that is there. Yes. So I think you know all that. I'm not going to get into all that. So you have to work. It's not like I haven't worked. I've done, 9 books so far. I've finished my 10th one. I've done 3 non-fiction books also. I've done hundreds of columns, hundreds of talks, films, TV shows, you know that. So it's been over a long time. So it's not like I'm working 24/7, but I work every day. So that I think those are the easy ones. Those I'll tell you are the easy ones. You have to work every day. You know, some things I've learned in life, you can accumulate, and that's okay. You do it one time and you have it the next day also. For example, you put money in the bank, it's there. You once you made the money, it's there in the bank. So even if you want to spend it next week, it's okay. 1 month later, it's okay. In fact, it may even grow. You may even get a return on it. Or if you buy a house, you buy a house once, it's there. It's there next year also. It's there the year after. You don't have to make another house next year. It's once you have it, it's there. So things like that, fine. But many things in life don't work that way. One of them is, for example, your fitness and diet, right? You can't just say, I have become fit now, I will let go. It will never happen like that. You will become unfit again. So the solution is to eat healthy and exercise whatever on a continuous basis every day or most days of the week or whatever, right? So that this category of work is you need continuous work. The second thing is even relationships, right? I mean, parents say we did so much for our children when they were growing up. They were little, they couldn't even walk. We taught them how to walk. But then when they later on realize that they want to sit back and relax and they want the children to take care of them or whatever, be nice to them and remember those things. Sometimes children do, sometimes they don't, right? So it doesn't accumulate. They have to, you pretty much have to work on it every day. Relationships, whether it's parents, whether it's your friend, whatever, you have to work on it continuously. You can't take it for granted. Last year I did so much for him. Today I will, be mean to him. I will be rude to him. No, you have to behave as good. Now, treat your work like that too. Treat your career like that too. It's not like I did it now. Abhi ho gaya. That attitude should not be there. If you want to grow, if you want to keep growing, consider it one of those works which requires daily investment. You can't do saving. It will build to something. My brand has built to something now. Yes. But I can't just go to sleep because I have to keep working on it. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. When you have a good brand, and I'm sure you study about brands in your business school, and if I can call my work, if you can say Chetan Bhagat is a mini brand or sort of, right? Which I manage. I'm the brand manager of Chetan Bhagat. I am maybe the person Chetan Bhagat, but there is a Chetan Bhagat brand in the market. And for that, I can't just say I did 3 idiots 10 years ago. It's not going to work like that. It's going to be continuous. It's going to be, what are you doing now? What is it, the work you're doing now? So always realize that work every day. If you don't work every day, it's not going to happen. Don't think, oh my God, I'll just study and then when I'll top the class, it's done. No. Don't see your life like that. That one day this will be over. It's a journey. You don't say, oh, let me just clear my placement, get that job. उसके बाद आराम करेंगे. क्यों? आराम क्यों करना है इतना? Right? एक तरफ से कह रहे हो सक्सेसफुल भी होना है, ऊपर भी जाना है, but फिर आराम भी करना है. I'm not saying I have no aram. I'm not saying work 24 hours. I like to have a lot of fun. I like to relax. I like to sleep properly. But I also like to work. And I think that has made a big difference. That little by little, if you work every day, it adds up to something very big later on in life. That's one thing. But if you don't do it consistently, if you do it in one day, or you do it in 1 week, or you do 1 week before the exam, or 10 days before the placement, you may even get a little bit of success, but you will not get a big growth. You will not build something great. And to build something great, you have to work on it every day. Right? And this doesn't require intelligence. This doesn't require talent. This doesn't require any God gift. It requires this, your mental attitude. सुबह हो गई है, आज क्या काम कर, So that's the thing, whatever work is there today. Like for me, today the work is this webinar. I have another one. Then I have to go work on my fitness maybe. Then I have to make a couple of calls. Then there is a script I have to read. It's Saturday, but that's my work. It doesn't get over till 5:30 or so. And then I have to meet two people, just friends. And yes, I guess Saturday I will have fun and music. But even today, at age 46, 20 years after being a writer, I still work like that every day. And it's not like I'm punishing myself. I like it. And I think somewhere down the line, it all adds up to something big, right? The second thing really is a quality I've had always, and a quality that the world has been forced to recognize because of Corona last year. And which is my main message to you today, because working hard and all but it's the quality of adaptation. It's the quality of changing. Adaptation means what? Changing with the environment, changing with the times, right? The human mind wants to be in a comfort zone. The human mind wants to wake up every morning and have some things predictable. And that's okay. You don't want to sleep in one bed and wake up somewhere else only in the middle of the day, right? That's not right. Yeah, you don't want like your family to be different every morning, right? You want you to be you, like so you want certain things same, and you want the same job, and you want the same friends, and you want everything. The world also to be kind of similar. You are preparing for something, it should be predictable, If I study like this, I should get this. If I try for this job, I should get this job. We want certain stability. We want certain predictability in life because it helps us feel secure. That's human being. But I'll tell you what the world is actually. The world is actually always changing. Always things are changing. Look at how things were in your life 10 years back. Maybe on a week to week, it doesn't change so much. But 1 year back, 5 years back, for sure it was a little different. 10 years back, it was probably very different, your life. And 10, 20 years back, it was even more different, right? So you think 10 years won't pass now? You think 10 more years won't happen? Or 20 more years won't happen? Because they have happened in the past. So they will happen again, right? Now, if you don't plan for that, if you don't expect change, if you are unwilling to change and you want to stay stuck in one place, it gets difficult for you to grow. The world is changing like this. What looks like waves going up, down, up, down, up, down. An adaptive person, a person who's not afraid of change, will ride that wave and keep moving forward. ठीक है, आज ऊपर है, आज नीचे, आज ऊपर है, आज नीचे. A person who doesn't want change will say, "Oh my God, the wave is going up. Oh my God, the wave is going down." They'll just get wet and nothing else. What does it mean in practical terms? I'll tell you about my life. When I wrote my first book, it came out. That itself was a struggle and a lot of adaptation there. But I became a star, right? People started saying, "Man, who needs no introduction?" I may not have reached that stage, but I had reached like, okay, he is a super hit writer, #1 bestseller, ye wo ye. But I realized I have to keep growing. I have to reach every Indian. How do I reach every Indian? Writing English books. There's a limit. Even if I have super hit books, I have super hit books in English. You have to, you can only reach so many Indians. So I said, you know what? Indians consume story via movies. I have to get there. Right? My job is telling stories. It's not to write books. I know it sounds strange, but I am not in the paper business. I am not in the ink business. Then why am I so attached to books? My way to grow is to leave books and do something else. This is not how a lot of people think, right? This one thinking, not only about thinking, even if you think that way, in the books world, I'm a star. आइए चिकन जी स्वागत है आपका flowers, okay? In the movie business, when I first went there, they didn't know about me. They don't know much about English authors. Now they have started, but I'm talking 10, 15 years ago. They didn't know. They don't care about my qualifications. It's not relevant for them. They're like, we are making movies for auto drivers and things like that. What do we do with your engineering degree? Then, if I want a meeting with the producer, I have to wait 3 hours. If he says, wait outside the office for 3 hours, I have to wait. And now this is the adaptation. If you're a star in your field, putting your head down like a beginner, like a struggler, and sitting there, that I will convince him to make a story on, make a movie on my story. Because my story as a book was a hit, I think the movie will also be a hit. To convince him so much that he puts 50, 60 crores in a movie. It's not the same with books, right? You don't need to put 50 crores. You just need to take a little bit, and then the book becomes a hit. That requires a different mindset. I am not a star in my head. People might be introducing to me as a star, but for me, I'm here to do a job which is to reach every Indian. And if he makes me sit outside his office for 3 hours, I will. I will not take any personal ego. And that's how I broke it in the movie. Then the movies happened. But then something else started. Social media started. And I was like, early on, I was like, this is big. This is so big. All the people I'm trying to reach, the youth of India, they're all on social media. How can I not be on social media? A lot of writers don't. They're like, we are scholars, we are intellectuals. How can we tweet 1 line, 2 lines? We write books, we are big intellectuals. I'm like, I'm not an intellectual. I am just here to reach the people of my country. So if it is the new medium is Twitter, I'll be on Twitter. If it was books, I'll be on books. Movies, no. Facebook, Instagram, Instagram. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I will change and adapt my message. Twitter requires you to write in 2 lines. If you go to Twitter, there are thousands of tweets I've done on 2 lines. Instagram requires pictures and videos. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see hundreds of videos, little motivational videos, things like that. So this ability to keep on changing, people don't have, or they are afraid of change. Forget they don't have, they don't even know. They all have it. They are just afraid of change. Don't be that person. It's got nothing to do with your education. It's got nothing to do with talent. It's got just your mindset. दुनिया बदलती रहती है, दुनिया बदलती आई है, दुनिया बदलती रहेगी, आपको उसके साथ बदलना, otherwise आप पीछे रह जाओगे. It's as simple as that. Now, when this lesson the world understood? 2020. I was saying this in my talks for 10 years before that. But when 2020 came, everybody was forced to change. In a matter of weeks, the world changed. Suddenly, I could never imagine I'll be doing a talk over a Zoom call or like this FB Live or whatever, right? And I've done 50 now. And it's okay, it's completely normal. I don't think, of course, it would have been much better to be in the college, and I'm sure I will be in the college. I'm not that far anymore. But this is just one way we have to change. We all had to learn to adapt. In fact, when it first happened in April last year, I was ready with a new book to come out. In 2019, I had written a book. All of 2019. Now, for a writer, a lot of their life is like a lockdown anyway, because you're sitting and writing in a room like this, I'm writing. So 2019, I was writing. So 2020 in April, I said, you know what, I want to do this. And that was the plan. Everything was set. I traveled to 15, 20 cities, a lot of crowds, it's super fun, this, that. But of course, the world keeps changing. So it changed. They said, you can't release the book. You can't even travel. You can't go anywhere. You can't leave your house. So I was obviously, as a human being, my first reaction was, I was damn upset. I think, what is this? How is this happening to me? 2019, I've been in a room, now I can't go anywhere. And no book launch. So that book business, I thought I had a very different things, but that book business went down. My film stuff went down. Nobody's making movies. Movie theaters are shut. Nobody's shooting. My talks business went down because nobody's doing talks. No auditoriums. I thought I'm Mr. Super adaptive, strategic business person. I have different lines of businesses. Everything went down. They didn't just go down 10, 20%. They went down 100%. Everything was gone. I was like, what do I do now? Few weeks, felt bad for myself. Then I realized this is not me. I have to change. And what is the one thing I can do right now, sitting in the room? I can write. Yeah, I have just finished a book. I may not like it, but one day I'll write another book. For that, I'll have to sit in the room. Why don't I do that now? So that when things open up, I'll be ready to do other things. Let me do it. So I sat down in April and started writing my next book, which is not even out yet. Because I had another book from 2019 ready. Kept sitting there. In September, I remember my publisher called me and said, let's release your book. That 19 one. One Arranged Murder. Maybe you've heard of it. I said, how? He said in Corona, we can't release a book. Now the Corona cases are peaking. In September, they were peaking. They said, yeah, but the publishing industry is not in a very good shape. Bookshops are not in a good shape. If you release a book now, it'll be really good. I was like, okay, fine. How will we sell? They said, you have been attracting young people for so many years. They all buy on Amazon or Flipkart or whatever. So online sales. How will we launch? Zoom calls. No visiting stores. How will we do media interviews? All virtual. Okay, fine. Let's do it. And we released the book. And you know what? That book did better than my previous book, which was not in Corona time. Girl in 105. This book has done better. Why? Because there is no other book in the market. Nobody's releasing books. I released it. because I had adapted to social media to promote. I'd adapted to social media to do online sales, to do publicity. I did not move from my room and release the book. I was like, wow, I never thought that's possible. So that's how adaptation helps. In 2020, everybody has been forced to adapt. You guys now know you must stay current on what is happening in the world. You can't just sit and chill. Ki, haan, bhai, you're in business school. Business school is about business, and business will always demand that the most current trends are uh, going to win. So this is my message to you. Don't be afraid of change because the world always keeps changing. This is nature's rule that they change is permanent. Change is the only constant, as they say. You know. So if you can remember this and the fact that you work every day towards your goal, every day little bit. Don't kill yourself. I'm not saying work all the time. Have fun. But you know when you're going to bed, have you worked enough today? And two, don't be afraid of change. Change quickly. Just adapt. Things are changing. Say, oh, okay, this is good. Let me find an opportunity here. In fact, change gives opportunity. The people change, everyone eventually has to change. Right? Whether you like it or not, whether you're scared of it or not, finally the world will make you change. But the secret is the people who change early are the winners. The people who change early take that change and turn it into an opportunity and they become winners. So I hope you will also do that. I hope you guys will understand and become business leaders of tomorrow. And the only secret is not intelligence, not talent, not nothing. Just keep an eye on what is changing in the world. Whichever company you join, say in your sector, you should know what is changing and be the first to tell your boss, this is changing. How can we change to take advantage of it? Just that alone will make you go so far. And of course, working daily towards it. Thank you so much once again for having me. Thank you, Shri Kumar sir, Pandit sir, Rao sir, Aditya sir, Desai sir. And yeah, it has been lovely speaking to you guys.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your nice words of wisdom. There are some questions, sir. Shall we take some questions, please?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, sir, there is one question. How engineering background helps in pursuing career in management?
It, I don't know. I mean, engineering, a lot of times people do management after work experience. And I think if you have engineering background, normally you can get a job in engineering and do it and come get some good work ex. And that work ex does help you understand MBA better because you actually worked in a business. This is not how I did it. I got into the MBA college straight from IIT, so I just went, you know, and so, but that was a long time ago, 1997. If you can, if you get into a good college, yeah, please go ahead. But I think in that way it helps. There is some maths in MBA, I'm sure. So going to be school, you will do some, nothing very crazy though. So engineering background may make you a little comfortable with numbers, maybe. But if you are, many people here will not be from engineering background. Don't think it's a disadvantage. My wife is also from the same MBA business school, and she hasn't done engineering. She has done economics, and she did very well. She was also in the bank later. I was also in the bank, so it's fine. She's probably smarter than me.
Okay, fine. Sir, as far as current international scenario is concerned, maybe if we compare India with China and US, then all three were the colonies of Britishers or French or other countries. But China and America, they grew very fast. And today they are really leading economies and kind of superpowers, US and China is also doing well. What went wrong with India? And looking ahead, what should be India's strategy? What India should do? What steps are necessary so that we can also try to come to that level?
Yeah, I mean, they have done very well. America has done very well. But more, America has been a developed country for a long time. So I don't know if that's the best comparison in that way, but we can talk about why they've done that. And China definitely in the 1980s, India and China were quite similar. But it requires focus, and China decided we are going to get rich. Simple. It's not a very difficult argument, right? We are going to get rich. We are not even sure whether we want to get rich. First, we want to do Hindu Muslim, then we want to do Dalit and upper caste, then we want to do some protest, this product. I don't want to talk about politics on this webinar. But the point is, India is a very diverse country, and it's a free country, and it's a democracy, and which is good. I want it to be diverse. I want it to be a democracy. But I think in some ways you should have a focus. The country must have one or two focus that all Indians agree on. That doesn't happen. If I say India should get rich, money isn't everything, sir. Gandhiji said, don't spend money. I'm not sure he said that, but they say like Gandhian way, very simple way. Now, I'll tell you one thing. If everybody starts living like Mahatma Gandhi, and I think he's a national icon, but if everybody starts a lifestyle like Mahatma Gandhi, like how much he used to consume, which is a simple, India's GDP will drop 50%. A lot of people will lose their jobs. I don't think Mahatma Gandhi went to fancy restaurants or malls. So should we not have the malls now? Because and then people will start arguing. China didn't have that. They just said, let's get rich. Because having money gives you a lot of respect. Having money allows you to make nice hospitals, nice colleges, nice roads. Those are all nice things. Money may not buy happiness, but it does buy good roads and hospitals. So we have to now decide, and I think we are getting there. We are understanding this, that economic growth should be a very top priority item. There are other things. I'm not saying other things are not important, but this should not stop. You can't stop business, which is in the name of equality. So if you stop business in the name of politics, you will remain poor. Business should never stop. It should grow.
Okay. We have one more question. Pandey sir, please.
Hello, sir. As you rightly said, change with the environment is the need of hour, right, sir? As per your opinion, what management students should do what management students should think accordingly? What is your opinion, sir?
You just have to be like, this world is always changing. I would say because of technology, the change has become a little faster, much faster, actually. When my book came out, we didn't even have any social media. Today, when my book comes out, the first thing they do is, what is the social media strategy? They'll make social media posts, this, that. Now, everything has changed. Advertising, when we were growing up, advertising was in magazines. Lakhs and lakhs it just cost into the ads magazine. How many of you picked up a magazine? All the young students, how many of you picked up a magazine in the last 2 months? And how many of you read it? And how many of you noticed the ads in the magazines? It's really it changed. All the advertising has moved to Instagram, Facebook, Google. It's going to change. So as business leaders, your job is not only to understand the thing fast. Second is to change. And third is to figure out a way to profit from that thing properly, of course, legally. But your job as a business is to make profits. And you have to make profits legally. And that is only possible when you say, what is the opportunity in the market? What do people need because of this thing? Right? New phones have come out. What do people need? People need a case for the phone. Okay, I'm going to make a case. Right? But there is a lot of competition. So a lot of people are making cases. How is my case different? Right? I'll make the most. How will I market it? So that's how. But if you don't know whether the new phone is coming, you don't know how to think about it. You don't have to say, why is the new phone coming? Yeah, all the old cases will go obsolete now. That's not how to think about it. Think the same thing. Great. I'll change with it.
Fine. Thank you, sir. Sir, students generally are confused. There are opportunities maybe wherein good job profile or job satisfaction is there, and another option is maybe high paid salary jobs, pet packages, but maybe not that lucrative job profile, or job satisfaction is not up to certain extent, it is not there. So what student should choose?
देखो यार, you are young, पैसे बनाओ चुपचाप पहले, बाद में करना है बड़ी बड़ी बातें, satisfaction वगैरह की, यहाँ पे अच्छी लगती है।
Okay,
हमने
okay.
कर लिया अभी बहुत कुछ, हाँ, what do I enjoy doing? I'm in self actualization mode, right? What is it about? What is the purpose? What I'm trying to reach young people of India? Why? Because I don't have to worry about paying the bills. You have to. I'm being totally honest, right? And you want me to be honest. That's why you called me. Job satisfaction. Of course, don't do a job which is completely you just hate it, right? Don't do that. But sometimes not every job is there to make money also. And any job in the world, any job in the world, 50% of the work may be interesting, 50% will not be interesting. You know, like the ISRO chairman, it's a very good job, right? And it's like such an exciting job. They have rocket launches and all. You think every day he's doing a rocket launch?
No.
Daily basis, he's probably just sitting in an office, pushing the files, getting permissions from government, getting funding, checking progress, you know, doing meetings. You think he's like getting 987, 10987 every day? No. That day is the most exciting day. Yes, it comes out to be. But even for ISRO chairman, he has to do the accounts. He has
Right.
to submit. It's a public sector. It's crazy over there. You have to, and it's like you have to make sure everything is accounted for, and people want leave, and he has to sign casual leave applications. You think he feels job satisfaction in that when
Yes.
he's a rocket scientist?
Right.
But Sarkar doesn't care, and neither is the employer. So you have to overall find that yes, it is work. Some work will be enjoyable, some will not be. So find that balance. But yes, go make some money, guys.
Right, right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, for many youngsters, crores of youth, you are the role model or icon. But for you, who is your role model?
I'm sorry, I don't know if crores or not. You know, I really like entrepreneurs, believe it or not. I like the entrepreneurs who change the world. So they are the
Okay.
usual, like a Steve Jobs or a Mark Zuckerberg or a Elon Musk. Or all these people are unbelievable. Even a Sundar Pichai who didn't create Google, but he's running Google. I mean, it is incredible. A boy from Chennai goes and is running something everyone uses. Or Jeff Bezos, who is running Amazon and now going to, kind of move away and he appointed someone else. I mean, it is amazing what these guys have done in one generation. And that just shows the power of one human being. So, yeah, it's very inspiring.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, this generation really is having certain good potential, and they want to become entrepreneurs. And yes, many colleges are also trying. Even at PCET, we have incubation center, and we are trying our level best to give those kind of opportunities to our students. Sir, in childhood, maybe you might be having some fantasies, or I will become this maybe engineer, doctor, or what were your thoughts earlier, maybe during your young age, etc. Now also you are young. I don't mean to
Not
say, but
young. I mean, compared to the audience average, I'm bringing the average age up.
so, sir, were there some plans in your life in childhood or young age, and then afterwards, maybe you thought that no, this is not good for me. This I will become, and then you changed the path or so.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I was growing up, I had all kinds of things. I really wanted to be a chef. I think I love cooking, and I thought I'll be a very good chef. That's still a dream. Maybe one day I'll have a little restaurant somewhere. Who knows? Right now, restaurant business is not good business, but this Corona will go away, and then everybody will be going out to eat. So then, I'll go there.
Sir, one question is from Dr. Sanjeevani Shelke. Where you want to reach in next 5 years?
So I don't know. It gets difficult over time. It was very clear earlier. I want to grow, but I think I don't know something. There are some benefits of getting old also, which is that you become wiser and you don't care so much about what the world thinks, or you don't have to prove so much to the world. You suddenly start caring about your own happiness. So I think I want to be very happy in 5 years. I want to focus on my happiness. I want to limit my work. I sometimes do too much. I will limit it. Again, this is for me, not for the young people listening. So that I'm just clear. You guys have to make a name in life. For me, I have to find. I think I can be more balanced. What else is there apart from work? Get a little more spiritual. How can I guide more people? How, like, these opportunities like these are great because I'm able to tell you guys something that I wish someone had told me when I was there. So maybe in 5 years, I want to encourage more young people, do a work-life balance, and maybe do work-wise, maybe move towards Netflix and Amazon Prime because, like I said, the world keeps changing. 10 years back, it was movies. Now it's going to be these guys. Fine. They all need stories. I'll go there and knock on their door and say, "Sir, काम मिलेगा." करें.
Sir, a question from Dr. Kirti Dharwadkar. Sir, what motivate you to take a different line such as writer and speaker after your IIM than a regular job?
I never thought it'll become my line or my career, basically. I thought it's a hobby. I thought I wanted to keep some hobby even in my work life. I thought it would make me happier rather than just working in a bank. And that's how it started. I did not know it would become such a super hit. All my books, movies came out. Movies just changed the whole, I mean, they just shook Indian, like they just box office. So I think it slowly turned to a point where I said, you know what, I can maybe make a career out of it. So it happened gradually. It wasn't something I thought. A hobby did very well, and then it became a career.
Yes, that's really nice answer, sir. Sir, what is the difference between maybe so-called IIMs, which are we can say the top layer of institutes in India, and there is middle layer, and most of the students, they actually hardly 2 to 3% students might be there in these elite institutes. But what about the next layer? That is, most of the students they go to other base schools which are not to that mark, but then what they should do, what skills they should inculcate, and maybe the I am kind of culture wherein more case studies etc are there, and what are the differences you see, and what skills students should adapt so that they will become employable.
Dekho, IIMs help you get a good job. They are a brand. They help you get a good job. If you want to get a good job in a good company, they will help you for sure. But they don't help you in business. They don't help you if you want to do your own business. That requires a different understanding of the world, understanding of the customer, understanding of what is happening in the world. What can I turn this into an opportunity? How can it make a profit for me? How is this all going to work? And that is what you guys can do and will do. Of course, do your job, figure out, but eventually become entrepreneurs and beat the hell out of the van people, man. It's okay.
Okay, sir, you earlier were successful investment banker, we can say. You were in that role in investment banking sector. What motivated you to change the career and go into this writing sector?
I think I kind of answered the question. It was a
Right.
hobby, which then eventually became a career. Yeah.
Is there any message from Mr. Chetan Bhagat to the youth of India?
Hey, whatever I've been saying, guys, work hard every day. Don't think you're less than anyone. Always try to see what is changing in the world, and I'll be not scared of change. That itself will give you a huge edge.
Sir, your bucket list.
It's been done. A lot of bucket list has been done. I think I just want to, I want the world to open up again so I can travel more freely. I want to be location independent. I want to be like, I do one webinar in Mumbai and tomorrow I'm somewhere else in the world. That would be nice. So travel, encourage young people, get really fit. I want to be more fit. I know I'm trying doing this later in life at 46 because earlier when I'm in my 20s and 30s, I never focused on fitness and that is a mistake. Um, Please don't do that because we take it for granted. Right now, I feel like, okay, I want to get fitter. So that bucket list is left. थोड़ा लेट हो गया, पुरानी बाल्टी हो गई है, पर क्या करें.
Sir, will you like to go ahead with the acting as a career in future?
No. तो अभी मैं कोई critically तो रहा नहीं यार कि, but you know I have actually I will be acting in one of the web series that is coming as Chetan Bhagat. Not like I'm acting. The script had Chetan Bhagat in it. So they called me and said, "Do you want to do this? Do you want to be Chetan Bhagat?" I said, "I am Chetan Bhagat. No, act like Chetan Bhagat." So yeah.
Sir, your future projects, would like to throw some light on it?
Yeah, just trying to do a movie for one of these web series platforms.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, thank you so much. Are there more questions? Rao, sir, you have some question? Ganesh Rao, sir?
Nothing. Please carry on.
Okay. Sir, thank you so much. We were really proud to have you here for this interaction with the students from across the state, as well as some of them were from outside Maharashtra. We are really thankful to Chetan Bhagat sir for giving his or sharing his thoughts and giving his precious time for us. I'm really thankful to Dr. Girish Desai, Executive Director of PCT. I'm thankful to Dr. Ganesh Rao sir, then our coordination team, Ketan Desle sir, Kirti ma'am, Rishikesh Pandey sir, and all the PCT family, as well as its all concerned units or sister institutions, we can say. Sir, definitely it will be pleasure in future also to interact with you. Thank you so much, and thanks to all the viewers who were there on this Saturday morning. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you for a refreshing and excellent set of questions. And I hope Corona gets okay and I actually come on campus and meet everybody.
Yes, sir. It will be definitely a pleasure for us to meet you personally. Thank you, sir. Thank